Okay, last example now in section 9.2. We're going to go ahead and we want to find the value of k right here. So given in this quadratic right here. So find k so that we have exactly one rational solution. Okay, so the key though to finding k is this hint right here, one rational solution. Okay, so remember what we talked about last example. If our quadratic only has one rational solution, if you look back on our table, doesn't that mean that the discriminants b squared minus 4ac, what does that have to be equal to if it's going to have one rational solution? 0. Okay, so that was the key, to use that information. So we know that we want the discriminant to be equal to 0, because when the discriminant is equal to 0, then that means we're going to have one rational solution. So watch this. Like how nerdy we get here. We know that this 1 right here is our a. Okay, so we don't know b. Okay, so I guess we could call b our k. And we know that c is 64. So basically plug in 1 for a right here, plug in 64 for c, and look at what we're left with. We're left with one variable, which is our b, and our b is the same as our k. So we just plug it into the discriminants, and then we can solve for our b. So let's go and do it then. Okay, so we have b squared minus 4a times c equals 0. Okay, so we're trying to solve for k, right? So our b is k. All right. Well, actually, I guess it's going to be negative k. I mean, I suppose here. Let me think about that. Is that should we put a negative? Oops. Should we put a negative k right there? So yeah, we'll put negative k right there. All right, and then minus 4 times a times c. So our a is 1, right? Our a is 1, and our c is 64. Okay, so negative k squared means just k squared, right? Because negative k times negative k is a positive k, right? So positive k squared minus, and then we're going to do 4 times 64, which is 256 equals 0. And notice that it's going to be a negative because a negative times a positive is negative. And so if this is negative, a negative times a positive is going to be negative still. All right, well, let's just go ahead and use our awesome nerdy skills to solve now. And let's just go ahead and add 256 to both sides. Add 256. So wata, that's gone right there. So I get k squared equals 256. I want to get rid of the square, so I do the opposite of squaring, which is square roots, because I want the square to be gone. And now that it's gone, we're just going to take the square roots of 256. And that happens to be a nice, perfect square number, which is 16. Now, since we were the ones who introduced the square root, meaning we wrote the square root in there, we have to put plus or minus. Okay, so this actually has 2 answers for k. All right, so if k, right here, if k is 16, or if k is negative 16, we will have exactly one rational solution. And you could actually verify that by plugging this into the quadratic formula. You can do it by, actually, since it's one rational solution, shouldn't we use the factoring method? You could do the factoring method, which would be a lot faster there. Okay, let's do another example here of the same directions. Find k. Well, hold on, where's my k at though? Oh, actually, maybe that was something else right there. I'm not really sure. All right, so I guess that's going to be example number 5.